Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Lab on C++ programming. So in this tutorial we're going to learn about the diamond problem in C++ or in object-oriented programming, and also the solution for that diamond problem in C++. Alright, what is this diamond problem? So this diamond problem is said to arise when there is an inheritance hierarchy containing two or more base classes that inherit from a common base, which results in a need of ambiguity resolution in the absence of virtual inheritance, is called diamond problem. So which is nothing but, let me see whether I can draw this. So first we're going to have a base class, and let's call it as A, and then from this A we're going to inherit, or we're going to create two derived classes, and let's say B and C, and we're gonna have another class called D, and this D is gonna inherit from this B and C. So here this B and C are inheriting from this class A, and this D is inheriting from this B and C. At that time what happens is, in this class D, if we refer to the members or member functions of this class A, at that time there will be the ambiguity, because this B and C are inheriting from this class A, and that's why this B and C are going to contain an object of this class A. So when we refer the member of this class A in this class D, the compiler will not come to know from which instance it has to access the member of this A, whether from B or whether from C. So this type of problem is called diamond problem in object-oriented programming. Alright, so now here, for the demonstration purpose in this tutorial, we're gonna have a class called animal, and this animal class is used to inherit two more classes. They are called lion, and another one is gonna be tiger, and then these two classes are inherited from this class animal. And then we're gonna have another class called liger, and this liger class is gonna inherit from this lion and also this tiger. So at that time we're gonna have the diamond problem, and I'm gonna show you the solution to avoid the diamond problem in C++. Alright, let's begin. So the first thing that we're gonna do in this tutorial is we're gonna create a class called animal. So it's gonna be class animal, and inside this class definition let's have the public access specifier, and let's create a member. Let's call it as age, and let's have a member function, and let's call it as walk. Alright, now inside this walk method we're just gonna say animal walks, and I'm gonna end this line, and let's add the semicolon. Alright, now we have a base class called animal, which has a member age and a method called walk. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna create the classes. So it's gonna be class tiger, and this tiger is gonna inherit from the animal, so it's gonna be public inheritance and animal. And similarly I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it in the next line, and we're gonna form the lion class. And just for the demonstration purpose, we're not going to have any members in this tiger and lions. So now we have a base class called animal, and we have two derived classes which are deriving from this class animal. They are called tiger and lion. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to build another class which is going to derive from this tiger and lion. So it's going to be class liger, and it's going to be multiple inheritance. So it's going to be public tiger, comma public lion. Alright, now here also we're not going to have any member and member functions, that just for the demonstration purpose. Alright, now we have a diamond problem here. That's because if I create an object of this class liger, and if I try to access this member age or walk, there will be ambiguity. Just to demonstrate that, I'm going to use liger, and let's give a name, let's say Anil. And if I try to access this walk or age, let's call walk anil.walk. And now if I try to build and run this program, we'll get the error. So if I open up the logs, it says request for member walk is ambiguous. Candidates are animal walk and animal walk. That means that, when we call this walk method, the compiler will not know whether it has to call this walk method from the object of the animal, from this tiger or from this lion, because both this tiger and lion are inheriting from this class animal. So when we create an object of this class tiger, there will be two instances of this class animal, and this is called the diamond problem. And the next thing that we're gonna see is the solution for this diamond problem, that is the virtual inheritance. So all of us have used the virtual keyword to form the virtual functions or the virtual methods in the classes. So when we use an virtual method in the base class, if that derived class overrides that method, and when we call that using the base class reference, that derived class method is called. Here we're gonna see the another use of this virtual keyword, which is for virtual inheritance. So here, while defining the classes tiger and lion, what we're gonna do is we're gonna specify to the compiler that I'm gonna use the virtual inheritance. So this virtual inheritance is nothing but, here, in this liger class, if you use virtual inheritance, then there will be only one object of this class animal in this liger class. So just to demonstrate that, I'm gonna write the virtual, and we need to do that here also. In this class lion definition, virtual, and that's it. So when you write the programs, if you have to use a derived class as base class for any other class, at that time it's always a good practice to use the virtual inheritance. So this virtual inheritance is gonna help you guys to solve the diamond problem. Now here, when we create an object from this class liger, and if we call the method walk, which is a member of this class animal, there will not be any ambiguity. Just to demonstrate that, I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna build and run this program, and now you guys can see we don't have any error, and it says animal walks. Alright, so this is another use of the virtual keyword. So when we use this virtual keyword with functions, it's going to create the virtual functions, and if you use that while inheriting from a class like we have done here, it is called the virtual inheritance. So this virtual keyword has two uses. Okay, the next thing that I want you guys to teach you is about the call of the constructors. So all of us know that when we use inheritance, when we create an object from a derived class, the derived class constructor is going to call the base class constructor automatically. But here, when we use this virtual inheritance, it is a different case. Just to demonstrate that, I'm going to create the constructor in this animal class. So it's going to be animal, the same name as the class name, and it's going to be a default constructor, and I'm going to say animal constructor, and let's end this line. And similarly, we're going to create the constructor for this tiger and lion. So it's going to be public access specifier and tiger, and here also we're going to say cout constructor of tiger. Alright, now I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste that in lion, and we need to change this one to lion, the class name, and I'm gonna say constructor of lion, and let's add new line or end line just to make it pretty, and let's create another constructor in this liger. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it in the liger again, and I'm going to change this one to liger, and we're going to say constructor of liger. Alright, now I'm going to save this, I'm going to build and run this. Now you guys can see, so the animal constructor is called. So when we create an object of this liger class is going to directly call the constructor of the animal class. That's why we get animal constructor, and then the constructor of the tiger, and then the constructor of lion, and then the constructor of liger. So when we use virtual inheritance, the constructor call will be different from the normal inheritance. So here in this case, the constructor of this liger is going to directly call the constructor of this animal first, and that's why we get animal constructor, and then it's going to call the constructor of tiger, that's why we get constructor of tiger, and then the constructor of lion, and then it executes its own constructor statements and it prints constructor of liger. So this is it, guys. This is about the diamond problem in object-oriented programming and a solution for that in C++, and also the use of virtual keyword to solve the diamond problem, and also the constructor call when we use the virtual inheritance. So thank you for watching, guys, and if you guys like my video tutorials, please subscribe and like my Facebook page at facebook.com/learninglad, and stay updated with the latest videos that I'm gonna make, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.